You take your phone out of your pocket without thinking about it. It tells you where you are. It tells you which way is north. It tells you how far the nearest town is, down to the meter. You have never once had to ask yourself the question your ancestors asked every single day of their lives: where am I and how do I get out of here alive? Now imagine the phone is gone, the trail is gone. The sun is starting to dip behind the trees and you are standing in a forest that looks the same in every direction. No map, no matches, no knife. Just your hands, your brain, and about 4 hours of daylight left. What happens next is not really a survival story. It is a story about a switch inside you that almost nobody in the modern world ever gets to flip. And the way your body responds in those first 60 minutes will decide whether you live or die. Here is the strange part. You already know what to do. Your body has known for nearly 200,000 years. The knowledge is not in a book. It is written into your nervous system, your instincts, your muscle memory. You have just never had a reason to read it. Start with the first thing your brain does when it realizes you are lost. It is not logic, it is fear. Your heart rate spikes, your palms sweat, your vision narrows, almost like a tunnel. This is not weakness. This is your amygdala, the almond-shaped alarm system buried deep in your brain, doing exactly what it was built to do. For most of human history, being alone and disoriented in unfamiliar terrain meant one thing: predators. Your amygdala does not know the difference between a saber-toothed cat and a wrong turn on a hiking trail. It reacts the same way either way. But here is the twist almost nobody talks about. Panic itself is rarely what kills people in the wild. Researcher Laurence Gonzales, who spent years studying survival psychology, found something counterintuitive across hundreds of real wilderness incidents. The people who survived were not the strongest or the most experienced. They were the ones who could feel the fear and keep functioning anyway. He called it staying calm inside the storm. The ones who died were often the ones who let the fear take over completely and started running, sprinting through unfamiliar terrain with no direction, burning the exact energy and daylight they needed to get out. So the first 60 seconds are not about finding food. They are not about building shelter. They are about controlling one thing: your breathing. Slow it down, and your prefrontal cortex, the rational planning part of your brain, comes back online. Let it race, and your brain stays locked in survival mode, unable to think clearly about anything except the fear itself. Once your mind clears, the next instinct kicks in, and it is older than fire itself. Shelter, not comfort. Protection from the number one killer in almost every wilderness survival situation. It is not animals. It is not starvation. It is exposure. Your body can survive nearly 3 weeks without food. It can survive several days without water. But drop your core body temperature by just a few degrees, and hypothermia can kill you in hours, even in weather that would feel mild on a normal afternoon. This is where something remarkable happens. Without ever being taught, most lost hikers instinctively start doing what early humans did for hundreds of thousands of years before the first tent was ever invented. They look for a low spot protected from wind. They gather leaves, branches, anything that traps air, because trapped air insulates far better than any bare surface. Anthropologists studying hunter-gatherer societies, including groups like the Hadza in Tanzania, have documented shelter-building techniques passed down for generations that mirror almost exactly what untrained, modern, phone-addicted humans do the moment survival instinct takes over. The knowledge never left. It was just sleeping. Then comes water. And here your ancient brain and your modern brain start arguing with each other. Modern intuition says drink whatever you can find as fast as you can because thirst feels urgent. Ancient wisdom, tested by consequence for thousands of generations, says something different. Moving water is safer than still water. Water near animal tracks is often reliable because animals rarely drink from sources that will kill them. This is not folklore. It is an evolved pattern recognition system, refined by every ancestor who got sick from the wrong pond and either learned the lesson or did not survive to pass on their genes. Now think about food, because this is where most people panic for no reason. Anthropologist Richard Wrangham, known for his research into human evolution and diet, points out something that reframes the entire situation. Early humans regularly went a day, sometimes two, without eating anything at all, and their brains and bodies were built around that rhythm. Hunger feels like an emergency because you're